Hi cutie, so a lot of you watch my channel because I lived in Japan and I speak Japanese. And while I don't currently live in Japan, it doesn't mean I stopped speaking the language. I do, I speak it all the time. Mostly to myself because no one around here actually speaks it, but sometimes I forget that.
What the hell did you just say to me?
Yeah, so that's going well for me. The bulk of my Japanese was learned while I studied abroad at Akita University. And while I credit most of it to being the only American in the entire school and forcing myself to learn Japanese as fast as possible, I did have some studying tricks up my sleeve. In my other shirt. So I thought I would share those tricks with you. Because let's face it, textbooks alone don't cut it. Granted, nothing beats immersion, so if you get the chance to go to Japan, take it. That is how you will learn quickly and efficiently. Regardless of your situation, here are my 7 tips to becoming one step closer to fluency. Side note, many of these can be applied to other languages, not just Japanese. Pro tip number 1, electronic dictionary. Get an electronic dictionary. This could save your life. Especially for those of you studying Japanese or Mandarin or any language with a pictographic basis, get one with a drawing pad. This is my Denshi Jisho that I bought in Japan. It is an X word and it cost me about $250 and it was worth every penny. These can make a world of difference, especially if you're traveling in an area in Japan where the signs don't have English translation or at least romanization. Having one can save you from taking a dangerous path on a hike that will inevitably lead you to a portal to another world with monsters and demons and accidentally getting married to the crown prince and having to save the entire kingdom. Trust me, I speak from personal experience when I say it's cool in anime, not fun in real life. Pro tip number 2, say what you write. Practice writing while speaking, especially if you're working on kanji. Stroke order, as we all know, can be a real pain to learn, but if you say the kanji while you're writing it, it can help you retain the meaning and the stroke order. And the same goes for grammar that you're studying. Write your sentences out using that grammar, but say them aloud. You don't have to say it super loud and disturb everyone in the library, but say them aloud and it'll help you when you have to do a real world application of said grammar. Sounds silly, but it works. Pro tip number 3, in-betweeners. This goes mostly for Americans whose native language is English. A lot of foreign languages have consonants and vowels that are in between what we would use in English. Japan gets a lot of crap for not being able to pronounce their L's in English, but honestly, their R is a lot closer to RL. It's a flipped R, which means it's right in between an R and an L. Americans mostly use hard L's and R's, like when we say left or right. But in Japan, it's lighter, it's quicker, like when they say arigato. Do not say arigato. Another example in Japanese is the F sound, which is actually a lot closer to the American H, but again, it's between them. Take, for example, the name Mount Fuji. I said it with a hard F there because that's how we would say it in English, but if you were using it in a Japanese sentence, it would sound more like Fuji-san. But do not full H. It's not Fuji. Fuji. Those are just a couple examples for you to practice, but definitely take a look at some more. Like G. G is really hard for Americans. Pro tip number 4, anime. Watching anime does not make you an expert in Japanese language and culture. Running around shouting things are kawaii or baka does not make you fluent. Side note, kawaii means cute, and if you accidentally mess up the vowel and say kawaii, that means scary. Know the difference. Be the difference. However, that does not mean that anime isn't a viable source of learning Japanese. It can help you with pronunciation if you mimic some of the lines. It can help you learn slang. It can help you with pacing and rhythm of spoken Japanese. And of course, it will help with your listening comprehension if you dare to watch without subtitles. Pro tip number 5, multitasking. Learn to multitask. Japanese has 2 alphabets and the kanji system. Practicing your multitasking skills will help your brain do the same when you're learning a language. Especially if you're having a conversation and you need to translate what is being said to you, but also participate in said conversation. Pro tip number 6, J-pop. Listen to Japanese music. And I'm not just saying that because I have a monthly series where I rank Japanese music. But if you want to get into Japanese music, that's a good video series to look into. But really, J-pop is great. And I know a lot of people are really into the K-pop scene right now, but K-pop was specifically manufactured to appeal to foreign audiences, specifically American. J-pop and J-rock are a lot different, and while I don't agree with all of the artists they create, AKB48 type groups, there is a lot of variety. Listening to J-pop will help you with pronunciation, translation, rhythm, and it will also give you street cred when you have to battle a bunch of teenage karaoke enthusiasts. True story. Pro tip number 7, Post-it. This one's gonna seem strange, but I promise you it works. When you are studying a specific set of kanji or vocabulary or even grammar, write them down on Post-its like you would on a flashcard, and place said Post-its in places you spend a lot of time. like the bathroom. While you're doing whatever it is you're doing, you can give yourself a quick study of those flashcards and quiz yourself. See if you know them, you can take it down and replace with new grammar or vocabulary, whatever it is you're trying to study. Is it strange? Yes. Will it confuse guests in your house? Absolutely. How effective is it really? Super. And there you have it, my 7 pro tips for studying Japanese and other languages in general. If you have further questions, put them down in the comments or on Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter, and I will see you next week, cuties. Bye! Wow, I just did this entire video and forgot to hit record. I am a genius.